Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Marcella and today I have a 20-minute deep stretch for the legs and hips for you. Props that you will need for this practice are a block and some kind of strap. A belt or a TheraBand work really great. We're going to start in a forward fold. So make your way to the top of the mat, forward fold. Let your torso get really nice and heavy. Start to bend and extend your legs here, keeping all of the tension out of your neck and shoulders. If your fingertips don't quite reach the floor, you could use a block underneath your hands. Bend and extend, slowing down the breath. Maybe clasp opposite elbows for a moment and gently sway side to side. We're going to move into a downward dog from here, so plant your hands and walk your feet to the back of your mat. Hips up to the sky, tread through the feet, lifting one heel and then the other, bending into one knee and then the other. Come to stillness with both heels reaching towards the mat, and then reach your right leg up to the sky like a three-legged dog. We're going to squeeze our right heel in towards our glute and start to draw big circles with the right knee. Try to keep equal weight in both hands and really isolate this movement, this active hip mobility in the hip socket. Switch the direction of your slow, steady knee circles. And now look forward towards the top of your mat. Rise high up on your left toes and step your right foot forward outside your right hand, lizard lunge. Bend and extend the back leg, the left leg, tapping that knee down, and then extending and reaching out through the heel. If the floor feels far away, you could always put your hands on a block here. Then we're going to leave that back knee down. Sit the hips a little deeper into this lunge stretch. If it sounds inviting, maybe bend the back knee and reach back with your right hand to catch your left toes. If that feels like way too deep a stretch, just go back to that low lunge shape. Deep breaths. Release the quad stretch if you have it, and then straighten out that front leg, half split. Adjust your foot, your front foot, how you need for your hips. You want your hips to be stacked over your back knee. This is a great place to use a block underneath your hands. Wherever you are, we're going to flow between these two shapes a few times. So bend into your right knee, lunge forward, and then extend your right knee, half split. A couple more times, bend and extend. Breathing. All of that lovely movement in the hip joints. And then pause in your half split. Really flex those front toes. Let's rotate the leg in and out like you're drawing a rainbow with your right toes. Rotating on the heel. And then just settle into the center. This is a great place to use a block if you're more bendy. You could rest your forehead down on the block to really relax your torso. Last deep inhale. Long exhale. Set the block aside, come back to your lunge, plant your back toes, plant your hands, downward facing dog. Other side, left heel to your left glute, start drawing big circles with that left knee. Keep your shoulders facing the mat. Let's switch the direction of those circles. A couple more. look forward towards the front of the mat and step your left foot outside your left hand, lizard lunge. Bend and extend your right leg, tapping that knee down and then reaching back through your heel a couple more times. And we're going to set that back knee all the way down for a little deeper lunge stretch. Really send your hips forward and down. If you took the quad stretch on the first side, here it is again on this second side, reaching back for your right toes with your left hand. Breathe into that deep stretch. And then gently release your toes. Half split, extend your left leg. If you need the block, grab it. Adjust your feet, and then we lunge forward and rock our hips back. Bend your front knee, lunge. Extend your front knee, reach your hips back. Breathing into this big movement in the hips. And then stay in your half split on this next one. We're gonna rainbow the toes. Left toes are gonna rainbow out towards the left and then in towards the right side of your mat. Keeping the legs straight, or as straight as you can. And then pause for a couple of breaths. If you want, you can rest your forehead on the block. Otherwise, just stay lifted. This side might feel very different from the other side. I know it did for me. Last breath. And then find your lunge and step your left foot back, downward dog. Give your legs one good shake to even them out in down dog, and then make your way down to a seat. We're gonna find a bent knee straddle position with the legs, so not a very wide straddle. Flex your feet, and then tip both knees over to the right and then over to the left. So your knees will kind of make a 90-degree bend on each side, on each rotation. If you can, maybe try doing this without the use of your hands. That requires quite a bit of hip mobility. So use your hands if you need them. Then we're going to stay over on the right side. Fold forward over that right leg and notice that I have a 90-degree bend in both legs. If this just does not work for you, you could also take a traditional pigeon pose if you know what that is. Or if you want a little bit more, try reaching your right arm in the direction of your right toes, in the direction that your right toes are pointing, so at a diagonal. You can also rest your head on a block here. We'll be here for a couple more breaths. And then plant your fingers under your shoulders and sit up. You're going to swing your left leg around and cross your left foot over your right knee, and then extend your right leg forwards. Half Gomukhasana pose. Tuck your left heel as far towards your hip as you can, as though you were going to stack your knees. And if that feels uncomfortable, you could also stack your ankle on top of your right thigh. And then you're going to gently lean forwards. If you can catch your right toes, go for it. If you'd like to use a block here to rest your head, or to place a block between your chest and your left thigh, go for it. Pause for some deep breaths in and out. Wherever you are, It's okay if you can't reach for your toes. This shape will look different on everybody. We're going to slowly make our way out of this position, back to our bent leg straddle, and then 90-90 bend towards the other side of your mat. Left leg forward, right leg back. And again, if this isn't your speed and you'd rather take a traditional pigeon pose and you know how to get into a pigeon, go for it. Otherwise, maybe try reaching your left hand towards the top right corner of your mat for a little deeper stretch here. And wherever you are, breathe. Try to release the outer left hip. Slowly sit on up. Sweep your right leg, your back leg, around all the way across your left knee, and then extend your left leg forward. Try to get that right knee stacked on top of your left knee, or cross the ankle right above the knee, and then reach forward towards your left toes. If you can't catch your left toes, that's perfectly okay. Just reach for whatever you can grab. Maybe that's the calf, maybe that's the ankle. Try to relax your whole torso over your legs. Couple more deep breaths. Slowly come on up out of this shape. Unwind your legs and meet me in a straddle position with the legs wide. Now, if in your straddle you feel like your back is really rounded and you can't reach your hands forward, try bending your knees, or try sitting on a block and see if you can get your spine to stack over your hips. Otherwise, if you're more flexible and you can get your shoulders over your hips, you can start to lean forwards in this pose. Maybe elbows coming down to the mat, maybe forehead resting down on the mat, maybe using a block to rest your head down. Wherever you are, keep your toes flexing up towards the sky, toes and knees facing the sky. And pause and breathe. We won't be here for very long, just a couple of breaths. Slowly unravel from that shape wherever you are and make your way down to your back, taking your strap or your belt or your TheraBand along with you. We're going to loop the band over our right foot. You can either plant your left foot on the mat or extend that leg long. That is up to you. It's perfectly fine if your right knee needs to have a little bend in it. Just get it as straight as you can. We're looking for a stretch all the way down the back of the right leg, the back of the calf, the hamstring. And then take both straps into your left hand and start to cross your right foot over your midline, keeping your right hip down and angling your leg across your body So you'll start to feel the stretch go into the whole outer side of your right leg. And then open both thighs, left knee out to the side, right leg out to the side for an inner thigh stretch. And if you feel like your right leg is really, really low, try bending your knee, your right knee, so that your right foot comes a little bit higher above your hip. Breathe. Come back to the center, straighten out that left leg if it's not already, and then start to draw some big windshield wipers back and forth across your body. So the right leg will move all the way out to the side and all the way across your body. Take these as slow as you need and keep the right leg as bent as you need. And the next time the foot crosses your body, stay in that twist, release the band, let your right knee reach towards the mat. And then come back to center and loop the band over your left foot. We'll do all of that on the second side. Right foot is planted down or extended, that's up to you. Really flex those left toes towards your face. And again, if you feel like your left leg is really far away from you, try bending the knee a little bit so you can get it a little bit higher. And then start to cross that left foot over your midline so that the stretch moves a little bit more into the outer left thigh, maybe even the outer left shin. Keep your left hip firmly anchored down. And then move your leg out to the other side, left leg to the left, right knee to the right. Inner thigh stretch. You might feel this all the way up into your groin. Breathe. Take this at the pace and the depth that you need. Move both legs back to center. Extend your right leg and then draw some big windshield wipers, some big arcs with the left foot, all the way across your body and all the way out to the side, using the band and your arms to help guide the movement. And then the next time your left leg crosses your body, let it rest all the way down towards the floor as far as it can, with a bent or straight leg, taking a twist. And then release that, release the band, give your knees a good squeeze in towards your chest. Shavasana, reach your feet towards the lower edges of your mat. Let your whole body relax. Thanks for joining me today. See you next time.